is a little MDF painted wall cabinet that I have in my bathroom that I'm going to give a makeover to. I do like it, but I think I did it a long time ago, and yeah, I think I can make it prettier. I do like the knobs, so I'll have to look for some that also will match it maybe a little bit better. And I like that it has a little towel bar underneath here. And so, yeah, let's do that. I'm going to start with my piece upside down, and I am using Kacha paint. It's a nice red, almost pinkish color. It's called Rouge, but this piece, it's my own, and it's going to go in a really kind of a dark room. Um, the room is decorated in light things, but just based on the light, there is a window in the room that this piece is going to go in. This is my medicine cabinet. And so there is light from a window in there, but the window actually has a white sheer curtain on it. It's behind my shower area, the tub area, so it doesn't get direct light. And so it's kind of a, shadowed room. And this particular color is going to look much different. Right now, I'm on my porch, and so this porch faces south, and it's very sunny, direct sunlight. And so it's going to look different while I'm painting it. But yes, I'm starting with it upside down so I can get all the parts underneath. And I'll probably give it 2 coats, maybe 3, not sure. And then we will place the IOD paint inlay. So I've been really looking forward to trying the paint inlays. And IOD recently came out with a lot of new products, which they do, of course. And I think everybody is coming out with new products right now, that time of year. And I wanted to try the paint inlays. I was going to try something different, but when I saw this paint inlay from a previous run, I just thought this one will be perfect for my piece. So, and this is the first time I'm doing a paint inlay, so you'll get to experience it with me. Is it going to come out good? I don't know. I don't know. I hope so. So this is where I am so far. This piece is made of MDF or I guess it is MDF. It's not even chipboard. It's some strange material. And my sneaking suspicions is that there's more cardboard on this too. So what happened was I painted several coats of the red chalk paint over my original blue paint, which was over a base coat of white. And it has that, it's not spongy, it's dry, but it has a very strange feel to it and a strange texture. So what I did was I let it dry overnight. It's got like 2.5 coats of paint on it. I took it outside and I sprayed it with a good coat of shellac because I have to do one more coat of paint to do my inlay. And I don't want to put down the paint and then the inlay, and then when you have to pull it off later, my fear is that I'm going to actually pull off the surface of the paint. So that's why I put the shellac down. I did get some advice from my friend Lavon from at Statement Designs because she does a lot. She does sells the IOD products and she's done the inlays before. So this is the first time I've ever done the inlays, and I said I better ask her what to do. And the advice she gave me is what I'm going to give to you, and that's I should have used a bonding base coat under this, but I don't want to go back and do it right now because I want to finish my video and I want to hang up my cabinet and I want to use the IOD inlays. So I'm going to be impatient. I am going to use my shellac prep here to do the IOD inlay. So that was a really long story. So everything is nice and dry. The, let's choose our pieces out of the IOD inlay. And yeah, then I'll put down my red paint and I'll show you how I'm going to put down the inlays. So this comes in several pieces. Actually, it says 8 12 by 16 sheets. And yeah, I kind of know the piece that I'm going to use in the front. So this is going to be my front. And I'm showing it to you with the ink side up. It's actually going to go upside down, of course, so that it's not ink, but the paint comes with the paint side up. I'm going to lay it paint side down, and now you can tell that you can actually read that now, the text right here. So let's start with that, and then I'll choose some other pieces if this goes well. I will try more pieces on the sides and maybe down below near the shelf. Okay, now I have my little cabinet lying flat so that I can maneuver around it more easily. And I have a mister bottle, damp rag. It's in this little bottle, in this little jar. And I have my paint right here. And what I did was I actually sprayed just a little bit of water in it, and I also sprayed my brush. I don't want it soaking wet, and I don't want the paint thin, but this paint is pretty heavy. And so I just wanted to make it a little easier to lay down. My graphic is going to go over the entire edge, including the middle. And I'm going to try to press it down and fit it so that it reaches on the inside. I may have to grab a razor, so that's what I'm going to do right now. Now I want my paint wet, but I don't want it super thick. I just want it wet, and I want it evenly wet. So I want to make sure that I'm going over it with a fresh dampened brush, and that's it. And give this a little bit of a spray on the back side. I'm spraying the side that's not printed. I have my dampened rag. So I am going to actually cut a little bit of a line right there around the edge. Hopefully this won't be too wrinkled. And grab that knife. I can see that it hasn't gone to the edge. And what I'm doing is cutting right close to the edge of my framework. Very gently. I don't want to tear anything. And then I'm going to press the graphic right down into the paint. I've got some wrinkles here, but I'm just going to live with it. Sometimes you just have to get do the best you can. And so I added a few more. I did a few inlays on the right side, not on the left, because inlays are expensive and this goes almost up against the wall on the left-hand side. So I'm not going to do any there. But then I added them underneath, and these will barely be seen because I do keep, a few little knickknacks or tchotchkes on the top. I'm holding a light in my hand because it's really dark on my porch and it's been snowing and raining and it's really, really dark. So here is the one I actually let it dry overnight. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but this morning I am going to put some, water on that with my damp rag, and that's going to loosen it hopefully. And when I pull it off, the paint graphic will be underneath and the paper will come off without pulling the paint off. So, yep, here's hoping. This might be a little more difficult than some because of the beadboard shaped grooves. So this may not be as tricky for you if you use it as on a surface that's, all one level. Um, so don't let this scare you from using it. I'm a newbie at this, so it's the first time I've ever used one of these paint inlays. And so, yeah, I mean, it actually looks like I'm being patient and I'm trying to be careful in the way that I pull it down. Hopefully I have enough water on this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use this again, but I'll try. I'm going to take this other one off without the light so that, and I'll do it off camera. It just takes a little while. Now, I'm hoping that some of this gunkiness will go away once I put the clear coat on it, but I do have to touch it up. And what I'm going to do is I have a piece of very clean 600 grit soft paper, and I am going to just kind of touch over the spots that are the areas that don't have the graphic, because it looks like it kind of did a little weeping on my paint. So I'm going to fix a few nicks. And so I took it outside and sprayed it with acrylic clear coat. And now I'm going to go over it with General Finishes Flat Out Flat. And after this dries, I'll go over it with some clear wax and probably do some details with some brown wax or black wax. So yeah, on the home stretch. Thank you for watching this week's video. This week I did something a little different. I did something that I've never done before, and that's the Paint Inlay by IOD. And I had mentioned earlier that IOD came out with their new spring line, and when I went shopping to buy some, because I do have a local place here, they had the beautiful new transfers, not transfers, but everything. They had the transfers, the molds, the inlays, but I saw this black graphic that I thought would be perfect on the red background that I had planned for my medicine cabinet refinish. And so I got that one. And I didn't do it completely right. I got some help from Lavon, and I'm going to link a video of hers at the end of my video. You can have a choice of watching different videos, or you can click and subscribe, and I will add a really helpful inlay video that Lavon from Statement Designs did, and then you can just click right on that and you can follow her progress and tutorial on it, because this wasn't really a tutorial. You saw me do it for the first time. Now, I didn't do everything right, but you know what? It came out pretty good. And so I'm really happy with it. I do love the color. It's a Kacha paint. It's a very warm, orangey kind of red. And the piece is hanging on the wall right now, and I will go and do some final photos. What I wanted to say is make sure that you do a really good prep, of course, for any piece of furniture that you're doing. And if you're doing it for the first time like I was, try to choose a surface that doesn't have indents. If you have to go around the corner, I think that would be fine. But try to do something on a flat surface, just so that you can get the feel of putting it down, stretching the graphic out, the artwork out, and then later on peeling it off. Now, I did leave mine overnight. I still don't know if that's the right thing or the wrong thing to do. I took my time, I dampened it really well, and I just took my time peeling it off, and it was fine. I did get a couple of nicks. I fixed those nicks, and then I clear coated it with a spray acrylic, because you don't want to be wiping over that graphic while it's damp. And where I hadn't done it before, I wanted to be more careful. So I did the spray acrylic, I let that dry, and then I did my flat out flat. I did 2 coats of flat out flat, and then I went over it with clear wax, my Howard Citrus Shield, and then I did a Jolie brown wax just on a few of the details, like around the beadboard. It's just so pretty. So stay tuned for those pictures. Also, click either on my links at the end. Of course, I want you to watch my videos, but definitely watch Lavon, and you can compare what I did to what she does, and you'll have a really good idea. Don't be afraid to do it. You can do it. They're beautiful, and even if I tore mine apart a little bit, I'm still going to use them again because you can use them 3 or 4 times with that same paint inlay on it, that design. I'll probably do it on some smalls, so it's not going to go to waste, and I have tons and tons of sheets left. So it was a great investment, really, when you think about it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I wish you all good and beautiful things. Stay tuned for pictures.